Welcome to our used 2016 Prowler 285 LX. Starting right in the back and center here. You've got your cable and satellite inlet. Coax cable plugs into there, fires up your TV location. In the middle is going to be the outlet for your power cord. You're just popping that open. Your short cord will pop on out of there. You get a standard 30 amp end on it. Most campsites will have that. You can just plug straight on in and you're good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or on your fridge, you got the power to do so. Right here we've got your city water connection. Water hose to plug into there, turn on the water. That'll pressurize the water lines throughout the unit. Right underneath it, you got that little trigger there. You can open that up, you get your exterior shower. So you see you get the standard head, about a 3-foot hose, hot and cold water. So if the dog's out getting muddy, you can spray him off where he goes inside. Closing it back up, just pull that tab down, locks into place. In the end of the bumper there, if you just kind of reach in, pull that cap out of there, you're going to find your sewer hose. Take note of those two ears and the adapter here. That's how we'll be hooking it up to your sewer system. And the hose itself, once fully extended, is about 20 feet long. Just keeping it stored in the bumper back here to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit, keep things that bit cleaner. Up around the corner from there is your hot water tank. All your controls for turning this guy on are just inside the unit. Before ever turning it on though, with either source, you just want to hit this relief valve right there. Make sure you get some water coming out. No water coming out just means that it might be empty. So of course you would run the risk of damaging all of your elements. So you just want to make sure it's full before firing it up. Underneath there in this corner, as well as in each corner of the trailer, you're going to find new stabilizer jacks. All they do is just run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you see you got in the unit right now, just to keep things firm while you're out camping. Another step forward from there, we get your sewer system. So basically you're just going to press on that cap to be able to turn it off. It's got the same ears on it that your sewer hose had. It'll attach the same way. We're just going to press it in, give it the turn until it clicks into place. As signified by the stickers there, we got a gray valve on the left and a black valve on the right. Black valve is going to be controlling your black tank. Black tank is filled from your toilet. Of course, it's going to be your dirtiest water, so you'll dump that first. Once that's done, you can then come to your gray tank and dump that last, just to help keep that sewer hose as clean as possible. Up from there, you got your storage compartment in here. And now towards the front, we get the other storage compartments. This one sees straight through to the other side. Inside of here, you're going to find your water hose, and inside of that water hose, you'll find a park adapter. So your 30 amp cord into there, 15 to a standard household outlet. Around front of the unit, you get this little black box there. That's your battery box, so your battery's housed right inside of there. As long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back, or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery is charging for you. These two knobs there, if you loosen them off, push them back, you get access to your propane tanks. For now though, I'll just pull them right off. And I can show you that changeover in the front there. So the arrow currently pointing over here. We're running off of that tank, currently letting us know that we've got good propane. If it were to go red, it's just letting you know you don't have any propane anymore. So at that point, you just close it off, flip the arrow over, run off of this tank while you get the other one filled. Standard towing jack there, so it goes up and goes down. Other end of your storage compartment over here. Previous owner left some leveling blocks just for your stabilizers and whatnot, just kind of as an added foot. So we just left those here for you. Here you'll also find the little jack for running them all up and down. Little T-latch here would just sit into there, holds the door open for you. GFI protected outlet, so you have power outside. Fresh water inlet right here. Water hose plugs into there, turn on the water. That fills up your freshwater tank. The drain for it's just kind of in front of that axle there. You can see that little valve is just opened up, just allows the tank to drain itself out. Exhaust for your furnace here, so if you're ever running a furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. Up above that, we got the service port for your fridge. Really just a vent back there, nothing much for you to worry about. Kind of up in between all that, we've got your the vent for your stove. So of course, propane stove is putting off fumes whenever you're using it, so you just want to make sure your fan inside is turned on with that flap opened up so that it's allowing those fumes outside. There are these little wings on either side that just kind of flip up and kind of prevent it from opening up to prevent any dust from kicking up in there during travel. This back door is just into your back bedroom, so we're not going to use that today, but you do have the same T-latch on it there to hold it open. Then lastly, in the back there's just your spare tire and your low point drains. So your low point drains are basically just allow you to get the water out of your water system. So if you're leaving the unit for a while, you can just drain it all out before you go so it doesn't go stale or stagnant, or to drain all the water out before winterizing the unit. So now we'll make our way inside. Open up the door. And you're going to grab that handle here, pull it out, flip that last step over, make our way in. First things first, right on the left there, you got your fire extinguisher. That's standard, pull the pin, point, shoot. The light switch is in the center here, so one on the right there does all of your interior lights. The one on the left does your porch light outside. This light switch beside it all does a little LED light that is in the awning tube. We can't quite get far enough out today to be able to show you that, but it does work. So we'll press and hold out, and the awning will make its way out. Once that awning is fully extended, you'd see a little white flap come down as well as the gray of the metal tube. If you had that awning light turned on, you'd be able to see the awning light at that point as well. And as you can see, we can't quite make it all the way out there today, but just far enough to be able to show you that if it were to start raining, the awning would collect some water on it. So what you do is at either arm, you've got this little quick pin here. You're gonna press that in, and you're just gonna pull the arm down. And if I can get it pulled in far enough. No. So just because of the angle of the awning right now, I can't quite do it. But basically, if you were to start collecting water up on that awning, you'd push this guy in. You'd be pulling this arm down, kind of in towards the unit, and that would change the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. If you like the angle better, because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up here. It's got the same pin on the outside. You can bring that down as well. And before you leave though, you want to make sure those guys are back out straight and fully extended, just that way you don't run the risk of bending your arms. Then we'll press and hold in, the awning will make its way back in. Another thing to keep in mind with your awning is that it does catch a lot of wind, so once you get up to about 15, 20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in, again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. Slide out, it's just that switch down here, press and hold out, and the slide makes its way out. Once that slide's fully extended, we're going to hear some clicks from the motors, just letting us know they've reached their stall. There we go. So I'll make our way into the front bedroom here. There is a light switch just right up on the wall there. However, all the lights have their own switches on them as well. So you can see that. The window here, just pull that tab, slide it open. Standard blind there. Pick up the foot of your bed, you do get access to a little storage compartment. A little closet space right beside me here. Top the head of the bed, you do get a little reading light there. And two doors here just on their own sliders. So just have little travel latches there. Across the front, you get some storage here. There's a little remote there. It does your stereo. Stereo is just right down here. Just your standard single DIN car style stereo. Right behind the wall there, we've got your antenna outlet. So that's right in the center here. So you see that little red light there. That being turned on just means that your antenna is turned on. Turn that on with a little red button right up above it. Cable and satellite outlet beside it. A little bit more storage. And then the other side of your bedroom. So this is your emergency exit right here. You're pulling that red tab to get rid of the screen. Take this handle here, throw it outside, hop on out. And another little closet space here. Right by my head is your carbon monoxide detector. So that's good. Antenna right up above me here. So you just turn this knob all the way up until it stops. And that's it in its upright position. Then you can pull this down and just kind of turn it, looking for your best signal. Before you go traveling though, you just want to make sure these two arrows are lined up and then bring it back down all the way. Into the slide out, just on its own switch light there. Some storage across the top. I believe this guy does fold out as well. There you go. And then in the dinette, same sort of light. The table, it's just on its own legs, so you'll just get rid of the little props. You fold the legs up, and there's 3 ledges there the table will then sit on. Take the back cushions, fit on the table to create your bed. And in the kitchen, you get your storage across the top here. So that binder there has all of your owner's manuals, any keys, any remotes, anything like that for the unit, you're gonna find right in there. And then just open storage over here. Another light underneath it all. Hot and cold water, of course. A little bit of storage down below it all. Some drawer space. Underneath the drawers, you get your LP detector. Propane's heavier than air. It sits on the floor. That guy detects it and starts going off just like your smoke detector would. Smoke detector is kind of right by the slide out here. Microwave, pretty standard, just like home. Below that, we get your range vent, so you have your light as well as a fan. This is that fan that you want turned on with that flap outside opened up. For your stove, you're going to turn it over to light, hit it with a sparkler, and it'll just take a minute to clear the air out of the propane lines. There we go. Then for the oven, I'm going to turn that knob in over to pilot, press and hold, grab a lighter, and then right in the back, as it clears the air out of the line, we'll get that pilot light just gets going. Once you get it going, you just hold the knob in for another few seconds, and then you can release the knob, the flame will hold itself, turn up to your desired temperature, and she fires right up. Once you're done, just turn it back down to pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you, but if you're going traveling, you just want to make sure that guy's right off. The fridge here, so your power button on the left there, so with it close to fresh, that's it turned on. With the button on the right there, auto illuminated. First looking for AC power. If AC power is taken away, it'll automatically flip over to gas. Have that button come out and it'll run just on gas. If that check light were to illuminate, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, just off, back on to reset it. Freezer up top. Fridge down below, temp selection just in the back corner there. Underneath the fridge is the return air for your furnace. A little bit of pantry space kind of beside it all. Underneath that, we got your converter. Press the top and center, pops on open. All of your breakers in the middle here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it sits in the center. So just turn it off and then back on to reset it. Fuse is on the right side. Whenever fuse pops, little red LED will tell you exactly which one went. Some closet space here, some more drawer space. Then into your bathroom. So this is that rear entrance that we saw from outside. Switch on the right does a porch light outside. One in the middle does the light in here. One on the left does our ceiling fan, I believe. Yep. Beside that, we've got your monitor panel. So on the bottom corner there, we've got tests. So that just kind of shows you where everything's at. So you can see our fresh tank currently empty. Right, holding tank not reading right, and the gray tank's got empty as well. Battery currently charging. Should be good. F is fair, L is low. For your water pump, turn that switch on right there. Turns on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. And then your water heater, turn that switch on right there. That little red light will come on, that you know the ignition sequence will start. Once the sequence is started, it goes out. It tries that 3 times. If after the 3rd try it doesn't fire up, that light's gonna come on and stay on. Just turn it off and back on to reset it. So there's the first try, it's done. Let it do the second try. So stood right here, you can hear the whir of the flame. We know that tank's good. Underneath, we get your GFI protected outlet. So test on the bottom, reset on top. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course. Bit of storage down below it. Toilet there just flips on open, flusher on the right side. Standard toilet, standard bath tub, and the head and shower. And then in the bunk spaces, there's a little light over here. Just does that up there. Down here, I believe that light is just on its own switch. Power outlet as well as your cable and satellite outlet. And right over here, we've got your analog thermostat. It's pretty straightforward. Center right is it turned off. Full right is heat. Select your temperature up top there. If you're running heat, recommend you just leave it in auto fan. That way it doesn't go trying to run your air conditioner fan. If you're looking to just move some air around, you're gonna go center left to your fan, then you can select your low or high speed. If you're going into cooling, again, I suggest you just use auto and select your temperature there. With your air conditioner going, you got 2 different options. You can have these louvers here closed, in which case we'll be using all of our ceiling ducting to move the air. Or you can open them up and it just dumps all of its air in the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want those opened up, cool off this area as quickly as possible, then close them off, start moving the air throughout. And then lastly, just want to point out this little ladder here. That of course gives you easy access to the top bunk, but it also crosses over with your slide out. So if you're ever running your slide out, you just want to make sure that this guy is tucked away and stored away properly. All right, well, that's about it for this unit. If you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.